I was the best man at my best friend's wedding. I waited until the speeches to destroy his life. They say you don't really know a person until you see them get what they want. For 20 years, I thought I knew Jason. He wasn't just my best friend, he was the brother I chose. We grew up on the same block, we got into the same colleges. I covered for him when he snuck out in high school, he drove me to the hospital when I broke my leg. We were a package deal, Jason and Mike. So when he met Sarah, I was happy for him, genuinely. Sarah was an angel, too good for him, honestly, but I kept that to myself. She was kind, she was a pediatrician, and she looked at Jason like he hung the moon. When Jason asked me to be his best man, I didn't hesitate. I threw him the bachelor party of the century. I organized the suits, I wrote a speech that was supposed to make everyone cry tears of joy. Instead, I delivered a speech that made everyone gasp in horror, and I don't regret a single syllable. Let's go back to the bachelor party. This is where the poison started. No, I didn't taste it until much later. We rented a cabin up at the lake, just the guys. Drinks, cigars, poker, nothing sleazy, or so I thought. My little sister Lily drove up on the second day to drop off some supplies we forgot. Extra ice, mixers, food. Lily is, or was, 18. She had just started college. She looked up to Jason like a big brother. She trusted him because I trusted him. She stayed for maybe an hour, just hanging out by the fire pit, laughing at our stupid jokes. I remember seeing Jason talking to Lily near the dock. I didn't think anything of it. He was charming. That was Jason. He could talk to a wall and make it feel special. When Lily left, Jason came back to the group, smiling that lopsided smile. "Your sister's all grown up, Mike," he said, clapping me on the back. I laughed it off. "Don't be gross, man. That's a child." He laughed too. "Relax. I'm getting married in a week. I'm a saint." I believed him. God help me, I believed him. Fast forward to the wedding day. The venue was a stunning vineyard. The sun was shining, the air smelled like jasmine and money. I was in the groom suite, fixing Jason's tie. He was sweating. "Cold feet?" I asked, handing him a scotch. "Nah," he grinned, checking his reflection. "Just ready to get this over with. Ready to be a husband." I left him to check on the bridesmaids. I wanted to see if Sarah needed anything. But as I walked past the garden shed near the back of the property, a secluded spot away from the guests, I heard sobbing, not happy tears, the kind of hyperventilating, jagged sobbing that sounds like a panic attack. I pushed through the hedges. It was Lily. She was sitting on a stone bench, her makeup running, her hands shaking so hard she couldn't hold her phone. She was wearing her bridesmaid dress, pale pink, looking so incredibly small. "Lily," I rushed over. "What happened? Did someone hurt you?" She looked up at me, eyes wide with terror. When she saw it was me, she crumbled. "I can't be here, Mike," she choked out. "I can't watch her marry him. I feel sick." I sat down. "What are you talking about? Who?" She took a deep breath, and then she dropped the bomb that incinerated my universe. "Jason," she whispered. "At the cabin, after I left, I didn't leave right away. My car wouldn't start. He came out to help. And then he..." She couldn't finish the sentence. She didn't have to. He had pressured her. He had used his charm, his status as the older guy, the groom, the best friend. He told her it was a secret, a special connection. He manipulated an 18-year-old who knew him her whole life into sleeping with him in the back of his Jeep while I was inside playing poker 50 feet away. And then he told her to keep her mouth shut because it would ruin the wedding and break Mike's heart. I didn't yell. I didn't flip the bench. The strange, cold calm washed over me. It was the calm of a sniper waiting for the wind to die down. "Did he force you?" I asked, my voice monotone. He didn't hold a knife to me," she cried, "but he wouldn't take no. He kept saying how mature I was, how Sarah didn't understand me like I did. I felt like I couldn't leave. And now he's texting me." She showed me her phone. "Jason, 10 a.m. You look hot in that dress, Lil. Smile for me today. Our little secret makes this day even spicier." I looked at the time. It was 11 a.m. The ceremony was at noon. I handed her the phone back. "Go to the car, Lily. Go home. Lock your door." "What are you going to do?" she asked, terrified. "Are you going to stop the wedding?" I looked toward the vineyard where the guests were taking their seats. I saw Jason's parents, I saw Sarah's parents who had mortgaged their house for this wedding. I thought about canceling it right then, calling it off. But if I did that, it would just be a rumor. Jason would spin it. He'd say Lily was lying or that she had a crush on him. He would gaslight everyone. He might even still convince Sarah to marry him later. No, I needed witnesses. I needed total, scorched earth destruction. "No," I told Lily, "I'm going to let him get exactly what he thinks he wants." The ceremony was an out-of-body experience. I stood at the altar next to him. My shoulder brushed his. I could smell his cologne, the same cologne he probably wore when he was with my sister. I watched Sarah walk down the aisle. She looked radiant, pure. She had no idea she was walking toward a guillotine. When the priest asked if anyone knows any reason why these two should not be wed, I stayed silent. I bit the inside of my cheek until I tasted copper. I handed him the rings. I watched him slide the band onto Sarah's finger. I watched him pledge his faithfulness to have and to hold from this day forward. I didn't vomit, but I wanted to. I let them kiss. I let them walk back up the aisle under the shower of rice. I let them sign the marriage license. Because now it wasn't just a breakup. Now it was a legal catastrophe. Now it was a divorce. Now the stakes were real. The sun went down. The string lights came on. Champagne flowed. Everyone was laughing. Jason was on top of the world. He winked at me when he sat down at the head table. "We did it, brother," he mouthed. Then the DJ announced the speeches. Sarah's dad went first. He cried. It was sweet. Then the maid of honor. Then me. I stood up. I took the microphone. I didn't have my notes. I didn't need them. The room went quiet. 200 faces looking at me. Jason was leaning back in his chair, smiling, his arm around Sarah. He looked like a king. I tapped the mic. Thump. Thump. "Good evening, everyone," I started. My voice was steady. "I've known Jason for 20 years. We've been through everything together. Scraped knees, broken hearts, finals week. I thought I knew everything about him." I looked down at Jason. His smile faltered just a fraction. He saw something in my eyes. "But you learn new things every day," I continued. "They say honesty is the key to a marriage, the foundation. Without trust, you have nothing." I turned to Sarah. "Sarah, you look beautiful tonight. You deserve the world. You deserve a man who respects you. You deserve the truth." The room got very quiet. The air conditioning hummed. Jason started to stand up. "Mike, sit down. You're drunk," he laughed nervously. I ignored him. I gripped the mic tighter. "I'd like to be honest," I said, my voice echoing off the walls, "because the groom hasn't been. Last week, at the bachelor party, while you were finalizing the seating chart, Sarah, Jason decided to have his own private party." Jason lunged. "Mike, shut up!" I spoke faster, louder. "He slept with an 18-year-old. He coerced her. He manipulated her. And that girl was my little sister, Lily." The silence that followed wasn't quiet. It was heavy. It sucked the air out of the room. Sarah turned to look at Jason. Her face wasn't angry yet. It was just confused, like she couldn't process the language I was speaking. "What?" she whispered. Jason turned purple. "He's lying. He's drunk. Sarah, don't listen to him." He turned to me, eyes bulging. "You son of a bitch, I'll kill you." He stepped toward me. That was the moment I had been waiting for since 11 a.m. I dropped the microphone. It hit the floor with a loud feedback screech. I didn't wait for him to swing. I stepped into it. I put 20 years of friendship, 20 years of brotherhood, and 8 hours of pure, distilled hatred into my right fist. I connected with his jaw. It was a sickening crunch. He didn't just stumble, he dropped like a sack of cement. He hit the dance floor, out cold. Pandemonium. Sarah screamed. Jason's mother fainted. My cousins, who heard the sister parts, were already rushing the stage to stomp him while he was on the ground. Security had to tackle 3 of my uncles. I stood over him, rubbing my knuckles. He was groaning, blood pooling on his white tuxedo shirt. I looked at Sarah. She was standing over him, but she wasn't helping him. She was looking at me. "Is it true?" she asked. I pulled out my phone. I opened the text message he sent Lily. "Our little secret makes this day even spicier." I showed it to her. She looked at the phone. She looked at Jason, who was trying to sit up. She took her glass of red wine, expensive vintage Cabernet, and poured it slowly over his white shirt. Then she turned around and walked out. The fallout was nuclear. Sarah filed an annulment the next morning. Since the marriage was never consummated, he spent his wedding night in the ER with a broken jaw. It was granted quickly. Jason tried to sue me for assault. It didn't go far. The video of the punch, filmed by a high school friend of ours, went viral in our hometown. Then it hit the internet. Millions of views. Best man KO's cheating groom. Jason lost his job. His reputation is destroyed. He moved 2 states away, but the internet is forever. As for Lily, she's in therapy. She's healing.